What's going on, guys? It's Ethan. We are back with another episode of Triangle Talk. Triangle Talk is the podcast about entrepreneurship, becoming a better version of yourself. We're back at it here with
Cory Infinite, aka Infinite Pieces.
And Seth McGrew, and today we are going to go over and talk about how experience is overrated.
Ooh.
There's one quote that we've read out of The Greatest Salesman in the World that says the value of No, wait. I got this. I just want it to be extremely meaningful. The value of experience is overrated, usually by old men who nod wisely and speak stupidly.
Boom.
It's big.
Guys, I firmly believe in this. I told you guys I was pumped up about this. I was excited about this episode because I'm gonna cuss. Okay, pardon my French.
Do it.
Angry. I fucking despise when adults think that they are wiser simply because of their age and experience that they have over us as like young adults or like teenagers. I hate it. It makes my blood boil. It pisses me off. Just because you're older doesn't mean you're smarter, wiser, or know more than me. It just means you've experienced more, right? And those experiences could mean nothing in comparison to what I'm going through and what I need help with or what you're giving me advice upon. Your experience in, I don't know, your experience in life, if you were a Walmart employee or if you worked for somebody else, like, it's not going to be helpful to me in starting a business. I'm sorry.
Like, you really have to listen to who's giving you the advice is the most important thing. Like, so many adults will just talk and talk and talk about shit that they don't even know. So many people in general, not just adults.
Not even just adults.
Right.
There are a lot of posers.
Exactly.
And I think that there are so... Don't get me wrong. I don't think that all experience is useless and that experience is overrated always. Because I think that there are so many adults with great experience
who can teach a lot.
Yeah.
and
Who can
so
teach
much information.
Yeah.
But you have to be talking to the right person. I'm sorry, but if you've worked a 9-to-5 your entire life, I'm not sure
going to take advice
on how to start a business.
Go back to that story you were telling a couple podcasts ago about like your speech teacher.
Oh yeah, like my speech teacher, she was trying to teach us about speech. I mean, that's the class. She's teaching us how to speak. But in all honesty, I don't think she was the best speaker. She couldn't captivate an audience. She sure was kind. I mean, she seemed intelligent. She was getting her master's, I believe, from what she talked about. But I don't think she was that great of a speaker. And she wasn't that qualified to be teaching us. I don't know. I don't want to trash adults. Because I think that there are a lot of adults and a lot of people with great experience in life. But you have to take experience and take advice from people that have good advice. Make sure it's good. I'm not going to take advice from somebody on how to run a business that has never owned a business or been in high up management.
Right. I completely agree.
Yeah, like why would you take advice from somebody that's never done real estate?
Exactly.
That's like me trying to teach you how to like
close a deal or talk
close
to
a deal.
sellers.
I haven't done what you've done.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't tried to do what you're doing. I would never give you advice on how to make clothing or sew. I think the most I've sewed is a goddamn button. You get what I'm saying, though?
Yeah. Let me say something real quick. Like,
yeah.
It's funny because like it's hard. I feel like it's kind of hard for like school systems to have like an entrepreneur like program even because like they're just like for those teachers. Programs they're usually just teachers that they have there and like that have not
the curriculum.
Yeah. You know, so I feel like that I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna have an entrepreneur like program or something, you gotta like get actual people that have done it themselves, built up a business, to then
businesses,
share their knowledge about that with other people.
Yeah, exactly. That's like going to school for a business degree and your teacher doesn't even own their own business. It's like, who are you learning from in the first place? Like, I'd rather go learn from someone who has done what I want to do, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares about a degree? You know?
Yeah. I took an entrepreneurship class. It was for college credit my senior year.
Bunch of bullshit.
I was taught curriculum and the curriculum was a tad bit silly. We learned how to make a business plan, and it wasn't a good business plan. I'll give you that much. It's just, it was silly stuff. I was being taught by somebody that didn't own their own business and that had never gone into that.
Yeah.
I think that we had like one guest speaker come in, but he owned an IT company. And he didn't even talk about like starting a company. I think he talked about his company as a whole. Dude, I'm not interested in IT. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Talk about
how you got to where you are now, not just what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Or how kids can take action.
Yeah.
Action steps.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't think that age equals wisdom. There are plenty of stupid people without a degree. I think there are probably plenty of unintelligent old people.
I agree.
I'm not saying that all old people are old adults or even our parents are unintelligent or silly or give bad advice. I think our parents are great and they give great advice. Like I think, man, like Mom, if you're listening, I love you. Dad, if you're listening, I love you. I'm not saying that your advice is trash, but I think in some aspects, all children and all young adults like we are think that we are right.
Of course.
And I think a lot of adults that might listen to this, like your mom listens consistently. Do your parents listen very consistently?
My mom does.
I think my mom's trying to catch up. I guarantee all of our parents are going to think,
these kids have no clue what the hell they're talking about. But in reality,
kids have no clue.
Like in reality, I mean, I don't know.
Listen to the kids, bro. Kanye West.
No, I think that they're going to think, oh, they just don't want to listen to their parents. And it's not that we don't want to listen to our parents, it's we just think that we're qualified. We are.
I don't think we're qualified.
No one is more qualified than you are, though. Like, what's the definition of like a qualification?
I would say what.
But experience is overrated by old men who nod wisely and speak stupidly. We're speaking out of our mouths and our asses right now. Which one are we agreeing with?
Well, okay.
Let's make a distinction right here.
You can have experience, and I feel like that does lead to wisdom, but you can be smart. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't call you wise per se, right? But you're a smart kid.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe if you were older, right, like, and you had experience, then you would be wise.
What is the definition of wisdom? Do we? Like,
I don't even know. I'm
like,
talking out my ass, too. I'm
trying to
play
like
devil's
interested.
advocate.
No, I got you.
Okay, bet.
I'll look up wisdom.
Because, like, I feel like we should break that down.
Yeah, like wisdom versus smart.
Wisdom. The quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment. The quality of being wise. So experience, knowledge, and good judgment. So the value of experience is overrated by usually old men who nod wisely, so they nod as though they have experience, but speak very stupidly, so they're actually dumb.
Yeah, that was good.
So it's saying that experience is overrated by old men who try to act as if they're
They know
smart
it all.
because they're old, right? But then they're actually dumb.
Exactly. Like, in reality, you've been out of the game, old man.
That's part of what I wanted to talk about today. Although our parents are successful and they're doing the right things, and our parents are educated, and there are a lot of adults that are educated and wise. There's also a new era that is coming. And
Kids
we are the new
try
era.
shit out, fail, readjust, and learn. Like we can monetize anything through the internet, and we know how to through trial and error. You know what I'm saying? It's so possible for anyone to monetize any hobby, any career through the internet, and I feel like that's why our parents don't necessarily not understand, because I feel like they do, but like
they're afraid to. Like, they don't try. They don't try to.
Right.
It's just because they've been told their whole life.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you know.
Yeah, and I think that we have new ways of communication. We have new ways of doing business. I'll say like one thing. I sent an email to this prospective client, and my dad said, "Would you mind sending me that email just so I can read through it?" Like, after I sent it, and I told him like the lead didn't turn out. It ended up being because my LinkedIn had I didn't have a lot of connections on LinkedIn. Who knew people were judging others off of LinkedIn?
I don't know, bro.
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't. But
wait, bro, that goes exactly into what I was saying. how social media, like your followers on social media, gives you more credibility than a college degree.
True.
So many people,
That's
many of our
crazy.
parents listening to this are
That's
going to be like,
crazy.
oh my God, this kid did not just say that a number on social media meant more than a college degree. We are living in a new time. I'm sorry, but that's where the world is going. Not necessarily where it is at, but in the next 50 years, your follower account
Is your degree.
It is so much. Your follower account is your credibility. Who you are online. Like, we are about to have brand new personas online. Like, it's kind of already started. But that is going to be who you are. That's going to be how people know you. And that is going to be your source of credibility. Not some degree. That's just facts. That's just facts. That's where the world is going right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't believe what Ethan's saying and what we're promoting right now, I literally lost a potential client because I didn't have enough connections on LinkedIn.
Even then, if you had a marketing degree, he wouldn't have cared. He wouldn't have known. It's not like you could have hit him up and be like, hey man, I have a bachelor's in marketing.
Let me submit this
actually.
degree to you.
Like, nah, bro. People are going to judge you as humans. We judge right away. They're going to judge you on your social media and your online presence. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
It's just the truth.
I agree.
That's really big, bro. And I feel like we're. Who's talking about that right now? Like, I've not heard anyone say
I don't know,
that.
That's clipped as.
Like, I'm serious. Who's talking about this? Like, I feel like we're early as hell on this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not even gonna like bullshit you guys and be like, I've heard that somewhere. Like,
no, I know. Like, that's why I've never heard it.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's crazy.
Sorry, I'm
Seth's plotting.
Yeah.
Seth's plotting on something. He's usually not this quiet. Seth, what are you thinking about right now?
I'm thinking about an older generation that does business a specific way. And we need to realize, as a younger generation that's coming in, that just because people have done things in a specific way
Doesn't mean we can't make it better.
doesn't mean we can't change it.
Yeah.
Flip the table upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're going to have the ability to do that in a few years. Like, business customs aren't going to continue to follow companies or older people or a younger generation. Things are going to change. We're going to be able to text clients, like, easily. We already can. Like, texting's a big thing with clients.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier than phone calls. A lot of
Hell of a
business-
lot easier than emails in general.
It is.
Nobody wants to get on the phone, bro. Everybody wants to text.
I agree.
Everybody wants to text. It's a pain in the ass. When I see someone call me, I'm like, damn, just text me.
And
you know?
you have time to think about the response. It's better
Yeah.
than text is better than email.
I
bet
100%.
I bet there's gonna be sooner or later like a better way. So emails are good because you can keep track of the emails. You know what I mean? Like, you see who
Yeah.
the sender is. You can search up names and specific things, and it'll show up in your email.
You kind of already can do that on the iPhone, though. Like,
But-
at the top, there's the search.
Yeah, it's
you know
not
what I'm
very
saying?
good though.
Yeah.
Like, and there's not one specific. I bet there's going to be a messaging app sooner or later that is like texting that you can
Mixed
text
with
clients.
Email.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like
Anyway.
texting
Yeah,
mixed with
yeah.
email. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that just. Hey,
And it's gonna
hop
be
on
less
it. If
formal.
you're out there
Yeah.
listening to this,
Mm-hmm.
you could be the next creator of that.
Bro, to be honest, I'm really surprised that email is still relevant now, honestly, because I feel
It's
like...
simply because of that. It's like a
Yeah.
formal way to
Mhm.
communicate that's not calling.
Yeah,
If they came out with something better, email would be wiped.
that's facts.
That's definitely going to happen in the next 3 to 10 years, I would say.
That's a long span. I thought you were gonna say
3 to 5.
I thought you were gonna say 3 to 5, and then I was thinking that's too short.
I don't know, but
That's gonna happen sometime.
it's coming up.
I'm thinking about what we're saying, guys. That's what I was really reflecting on as well. And I don't want Julie or the Kings or my mama Michelle.
Our parents listening.
I don't want to be bashed by my parents. Although we promote not caring what other people think, in the end we do care what our parents think. We love them to death. They've raised us, and I don't want any of our parents to think that we're saying you're old, you don't have good advice, you're not wise. We're not saying that by any means, because you are, and it is your right to.
You are old.
No. You are wise. Like, it is your right as our parents to give us advice.
They just want the best for us,
Exactly.
no matter what. Like, of course, they're gonna have their opinions on every single thing because they love and care about you. You know.
Yeah.
I agree. It's just tough. I don't want Mom or Julie or the Kings to be mad at me. I love you guys. Shoot, man. I gotta think about something else. I'm in my head.
We're just telling it how it is. We're just shooting straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think we're shooting straight, and I'm worried about people disagreeing with us. Do you think that I should?
Well, I mean, obviously you shouldn't, but I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's
Like,
we're
it's
gonna
just
have,
human
like,
nature.
Yeah.
It's human
Yeah.
nature. You try your best not to care what people think, but it's always gonna get in. But you just gotta try your best to cancel out
Let's
the
do
noise.
this. Let's do this. Let's
Yeah.
make like a big distinction right here, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's old people, right? We'll just call them old, just for the sake of the argument, right?
Middle-aged, let's say. Maybe that'll make
Middle-aged,
them feel better.
Older, right? So these are the people that think they are wise, but don't have good advice, right? They're not people that we want to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are older people, middle-aged, right?
Mm-hmm.
That are wise and actually have good advice. These are people that we want to listen to. These are people in our field. These are
Who
people
have had
that
experience and gone through what we've gone through.
and
Yeah.
they care about what we're doing. They think that they can help us, right? These are people we give a shit about, okay? These are people that we want to listen to, and they are not who we're talking about. They are not the old men who nod wisely and speak stupidly. These folks are the old men who nod wisely and speak stupidly that we don't want to listen to. This is what we're saying who to look out for. I want to make that distinction.
Then
For
we have
those
our
of you
parents
listening-
who love us and just want the best for us.
We love you guys. For those of you just listening and not watching YouTube, I was making two separate piles, basically.
Mhm.
Two separate standpoints. That's what we were talking about.
Subscribe up.
Yeah, subscribe up. Hey, if you're listening to this on, what is it, Apple Podcasts,
Spotify.
Spotify, Anchor, any of those podcast platforms, if you also want to listen to us or watch us on YouTube, feel free. If you're confused about who's talking at different points, we've had somebody comment that on our YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't know the difference between Seth and I, which I find hard to believe,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Most definitely. So, in that case, you could go watch YouTube and figure it out, then go back to podcast if that's what you want. Do what makes you happy. We're just trying to get on every platform so you can listen to us whatever way you damn well please.
Trying to be omnipresent on every media platform.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Alright, guys.
That's a word I learned from Grant Cardone.
Omnipresent.
Yeah, like it's
Explain
just
it
being
for
like
me.
everywhere. Right,
I
right.
learned
Like,
that from the Bible.
really?
Yeah. It's using the Bible.
I learned it from a book.
Really?
I don't remember what book.
Right. So omnipresent is just like your business or yourself being like everywhere, like wherever people look, right? So like if you have a real estate business,
Having
like you're gonna
signs
be like
everywhere.
on TV, you're gonna be in newspapers, you're gonna be in radio, you're gonna be like everywhere on all these media outlets. People aren't gonna be able to escape.
Yes, I dig that. I think that's vital for business.
Quick definition.
Folks, are you proud of what we've talked about with experience is overrated?
I kind of okay. Like
What else you gonna say, man?
I don't know if overrated is the right word.
I think
because
it's
like, I feel like
overrated.
experience is important from the right people, but if you're not experienced in my field and you're giving me advice on something you've never done, then it's overrated.
The reason I think experience is overrated is because
Things are always going to change, right? The market's always going to change. The way you get leads, the way you do business is always going to change compared to the old guy who's doing it 25 years ago and his method of doing it. So yeah, like it may be overrated in that sense, but there's always going to be nuggets that you can take from these old heads and older people, I feel like.
The right older people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
the reason that I think it's overrated is because there are a lot of people out there, a lot of folks doing businesses, just a lot of people in the world that think just because they're old and have gone through stuff, that they are an all-knowing figure. That they are simply more intelligent than you and know better than you because they've gone through more. I think experience is overrated because that is not always true. There are plenty of people that are older than us and have gone through more that are like simply don't know
Idiots.
as much. They're idiots. There's plenty of idiots of all ages.
Exactly.
There's this thing
It's so
that
true.
Pangwan has helped me realize, like, nothing changes after high school. You're still in high school. People are always, like, there's always going to be the same types of people,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like, that were in high school. And there's always
You
gonna
can
be, like,
change
the little
what type of person you are,
Exactly.
though.
Yeah, and there's
I
always gonna be
like
like
that.
little cliques and stuff.
I like that.
And we've gone to like business breakfast together, like at court. There's like attorneys like talking to each other. He's like, nothing ever changes. It's high school all over again.
That's so weird.
There's always cliques.
Yeah, the real
There's
world
always your little cliques.
is always the real world.
I know you hate that.
But yeah, I think
That's
experience
really
is overrated.
interesting, though.
What?
Like I said, like there's always gonna be cliques.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, like that's never gonna change. I mean, if you think about it, it's just human nature.
Yeah,
I guess
that's
it's
what I
just
was
like
gonna say.
instincts, right?
Yeah.
Like as children and like young adults, of
You
course,
find
we're
a
gonna
group.
click up.
Yeah,
Right,
like
but,
what we're
like,
doing right
Yeah,
now.
we're a clique.
You know.
Yeah, we're a clique. What kind of clique would we be?
Entrepreneurship clique.
It sounds so snazzy.
Entrepreneurship clique, dude. That's what we are.
Oh God! All
We're
right.
just guys trying to become better version of ourselves.
Boom.
Yeah.
Versions of ourselves.
Self-improvement clique.
Yes.
All
I
right.
do believe in that.
All right. Wrap her up.
Oh shoot. Folks, today we talked about why experience is overrated. The greatest quote that I have read out of The Greatest Salesman in the World, which is a book by O.G. Mandino, is the value of experience is overrated, usually by old men who nod wisely and speak stupidly.
Boom.
We made the distinction between adults that have experience and knowledge of what you're looking for that can actually help you, and old people that think that they are truly just wise because they are older than you, that they have more years of experience, so they're better. And that's not always the case. Those are the people that we sorry, I don't want to speak for them. I despise those types of people that think just because they're older, they're smarter and better and have gone through more. Oh, get out of town. Regardless of that, we talked about how experience can be useful in some situations. Mom, Dad, the Kings, Julie, any of our parents that are listening, we love you. We're sorry if you disagree with what we're saying. We do appreciate your input, your experience, your wisdom. We do appreciate that. Folks, thank you for listening. I'm sorry I made a sob story to our parents. I don't want anybody to be mad at us. Well, tune in next time to Triangle Talk, guys.
Hunted.